And welcome everybody to this week's Shed Adventure. And as you can see, we are out and about. I'm on the bike and we are going to huff and puff our way across Salisbury Plain. And what we're going to do is we are going to look at the secrets of Salisbury Plain that they keep hidden behind those pesky red flags that you always see flying whenever you're driving along the A360 or anywhere around Stonehenge and the Plain, keeping people away and off the training area. However, today the flags are down and it's very early in the morning before it gets ridiculously hot, and we are going to go for about 20 kilometres, and I'm hoping I will show you some of the more interesting aspects of what's hidden on Salisbury Plain training area. So, come along for the ride. Well, warning to the public. Danger from unexploded shell and mortar bombs. On no account should any object be moved or touched. It may explode. Well, there's a warning for us all. Shouldn't ignore it, but we might. Let's go on further. Nestling in the trees, our first object of interest. What is this? Yet another Shed Adventure design icon, in my view. Hesco Bastion walling. What a fabulous invention. No more filling thousands of sandbags. And the simplicity of this is just outstanding. Let's go and have a look. What it is a simple galvanized steel wire frame, which you fill either with blocks and gravel and lumps of rock, or in this case you put a liner in it and you fill it with sand. And in a matter of a couple of hours with a crane, you've lifted this in place and you've built yourself guardhouse, blockhouse, little mini defensive position, which will keep you safe from small arms and would probably take an RPG-7 round without killing you. Although now, of course, in the modern world of Ukraine and drones, that wriggly tin roof is not going to help much if someone drops ammunition from above. But there we are. This has been here as part of the training regime for many, many years. Let's move on. And just down the road we have this Greenland's Farm Camp. I'll try and find a date on one of the stones above the doors. And if you squint, you might just think that white blockwork up there looks like an Afghan compound. because that's what they're trying to play here for the soldiers. Obviously, when we were heavily involved in Afghanistan, there was lots of sandy-coloured vehicles and sandy-coloured soldiers all over Greenland's farm camp. You come through here late evening in the winter and you look at those dark openings. I have to say, you don't hang around. I find it a bit spooky. If you can hear in the background, I've just seen a mob of soldiers walking, so they'll be sending out a clearance patrol fairly soon, and they won't like me sitting here filming chunks of Greenland farm camp. So we better move on. But not something you normally see or even know exists. And of course, it's in this beautiful, beautiful setting, and it extends all over there and down the road. Nicely organised for a bit of urban defence. They've bricked up the windows and put firing ports in the bottom, so you can shoot out without having to put your head too obviously out the window. All good fun. Oh, soldiers starting to do their recce. Hey, we better move on. Further along the valley, we come to these relics. Shuttered concrete and wriggly tin. How wonderful. That's a Dark Age way of building. And what's this? Well, these are range huts, and these are even before my time, so these could be right back to Second World War. And what they used to do is that use this valley, because over the top of that skyline, that's all range or impact area. And they used to go up this valley and do advance to contact. So you'd form up here, have all your drills, get loaded up with your ammunition, and then you'd walk up the valley and targets would pop up. And you'd go through your proper infantry fighting drills. Danger, it says there, don't go in. So, oh no, maybe you better not. Another bit of history being lost to the trees and the bushes. The famous Bombard OP. Close target OP. They lock you in this bunker, which is designed to accept a direct hit from 105 round, and they bombard you, and you get the experience of being in an artillery bombardment. Pretty horrendous. And a few hundred yards down the road, dragon's teeth. You hear a lot about these in the Ukrainian conflict. The Russians have been laying these thick and fast. They're not great. They don't really cause a problem. Put a plough tank through them and push them out of the way. So, oh, there's a lovely echo. We're now inside one of the observation bunkers. And in the day, this is where people would look out, sit on these lovely benches, and watch the firepower demonstration with the artillery rounds falling, raining down just out there. But now, silent as the grave. There we are, a few telephone lines can come in there. Lots of D10 cable in its day, but now the plane is very clean. You can see the steel shutters here still in place. See them? Let's see if we can see. Now they would have slitted up, they would have slid up and probably hooked on above up there. And you could have peered out. I suspect there's some little gaps there for when they're dropping the rounds quite close. Obviously not used today and not used for many years, and I'll show you the Bombard OP from a distance. They obviously all had shutters at one stage. In the centre of your screen, you can see the Bombard OP underneath tons and tons of earth, so it can get a direct hit from a 105 round. And out there are the old tank target. And here is a bit I actually love. An original, well, I'm assuming Victorian signpost in the middle of the plain. West Lavington one way, Salisbury and Devizes the other. It's just my favourite little spot. There we are, Devizes is out across there, 24 miles away. And here we have another of these Afghan compounds, although this one's occupied. There's 2 Land Rovers I can see there, and some brand new shiny razor wire. So we won't hang around for long, but another little bit of Afghanistan in the middle of Salisbury Plain. And finally, any visit to the modern army wouldn't be right without some portaloos. No longer are you going out on a shovel recce. It's portaloos everywhere, very green. A very typical Salisbury Plain training area wood. People do not understand how well this place is looked after. The rules and regs placed on our troops, the roads the army have put in. I don't know if you can see up there, little black nesting box for owls. How good is that? It's an oasis, and kept that way because it's a training area. No development, no people, limited access. And on a Sunday morning, early doors, before it gets too stifling, I personally don't think you could be anywhere more beautiful. Just listen. That is the sound of silence. Little bit of wind rustling in the trees. And just before we turn for home, our final rather sad sight is the busted OP, the range hut that used to be manned. I've hidden in there a few times out the rain, surrounded now by concrete practice shells. So, what an end to a perfect Sunday. hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe and just enjoy this bit of music.